Here are the two side by side and I matched the colors. Let me know in the comments below right away without going further which one you think is which, or let me know which one you like better. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to compare the 135mm f1.8 from Sony. It's $1,600 I think, around there, or maybe $2,000, I forgot, compared to the Tokina 135 2.8. It's a tiny lens, it opens at 2.8, so it's not as fast as this one, but it cost me about 10 euros or 20 euros I think. And look at the difference. I'm gonna do some testing with my friend Benji and show you the samples. We're just gonna look at the sharpness and the rendering, and hopefully we have some nice lights in the back. Not crazy lights, it's super cloudy today, but I'm gonna compare that, and I have a few other lenses I'm gonna compare to, so stay tuned and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Hit the like button if you do enjoy it, and let me know in the comments below which one you think is worth it. Let's do a blind test first. This is lens A. Let me know which one you think is which. And I think it will be very obvious quickly which one you think is which. But still, let me know in the comments below. Alright, so lens A was Tokina and lens B was the Sony. And you can see the difference in the bokeh and the rendering of the Sony is so much more pleasing right away, being at f2 versus 2.8. And also much sharper. And it's obvious that the Tokina is a lot warmer, but I do not find it more pleasing. I think the Sony renders the skin really well. The photos are JPEGs and I pretty much did not retouch them at all. And the only thing that I did was change the brightness and lowered the curve a bit, but they got the exact same treatment. And now the Sony at 2.8 versus Tokina, and you can really see how pleasing the Sony is, how it renders the bokeh, much more pleasing. The bokeh of the Tokina is much more aggressive, with halos around the bokeh balls. And now let's see the Tokina versus the Sony at 2.8. So here are the files side by side, and I'm gonna try to match the colors of the Tokina to the Sony. You can see that the Tokina is a bit warmer than the Sony, and I feel like the Sony has more magenta to it. And you can see how much sharper the Sony is. I'm not sure if I nailed focus perfectly on the Tokina, but even if you look at his sweater, even the sweater is not super sharp. So I'm gonna boost the sharpness without going too overboard to match the Sony. And you can see that the background rendering, the bokeh, as we call it, is a bit harsher, obviously, on the Tokina. It has some green fringing around the bokeh as well. I'm going to lower the temperature a bit. I'm going to boost the sharpening as much as I can without making it look unnatural. I think that's good enough. I'm going to add some contrast to it and maybe raise a tiny bit more of the tint. And let's see what it looks like now side by side. So already looks much closer to the Sony. The sharpness is not there, definitely not there. I don't want to boost it too much because it would definitely not look natural. And I could raise the temperature a tiny bit on the Tokina to match the Sony. I think I went too cold on the Tokina here. I'm gonna raise that a bit. And I'm gonna lower the blacks just to give it a bit more pop to it. And raise the whites. And lower the highlights because his nose is getting a bit overexposed. And look at the difference now. It looks very similar now. But let me know what you think. Let me know if it's worth $1,600 versus $10. Let me know in the comments below what you really think. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and if you did, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It really does help the channel. So my final thoughts, because everyone has an opinion, I do not think that the Sony is worth $1,700 if it's not a lens that you will use every time you go and shoot, because it really is an expensive lens. I think the 85mm f1.8 that I own does amazing also, and only costs $600, so I'm going to stick to that. I do want to test out the Samyang 135 f2. I hear it's an amazing lens. It'll be really interesting to see it, compare the two together, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching and being faithful to this channel. I really appreciate every comment that you guys make, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay healthy and stay home, guys.